So recently, a lot of well-respected filmmakers within Hollywood have been speaking up against Marvel movies and the idea of blockbusters invading cinema and, kind of brainwashing people into thinking that these are real movies and have nothing to say about the human experience and things like that. And now Disney CEO Bob Iger has actually weighed in on the argument and everything that's been going on around there. So while speaking at a conference in LA with the Wall Street Journal, Bob Iger did address the criticism that Marvel movies have been facing very recently from those like Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, and Ken Loach. And basically he said that it doesn't bother him personally, but he is bothered on behalf of the people that work on those movies. He said, quote, "It seems so disrespectful to all the people that put in work on those films, who are working just as hard as the people who work on their films and are putting their creative souls on the line just like they are. You tell me Ryan Coogler making Black Panther is doing something that is somehow or other less than what Marty Scorsese or Francis Ford Coppola have done on any of their movies. Come on, I said it." He did say that he got a little bit more defensive than he would have liked, but they are entitled to their own opinions. But he did seem to kind of defend, what Marvel does pretty highly. He acknowledged that Marvel and Disney are in the business of making money with their motion pictures and that they're more based on, consumerism and getting as many people to see them as possible because of the margins with, the idea of exhibiting movies in big theaters and cinema chains. But he did also try to, defend the fact that these movies are good for the business because they bring people into theaters that would otherwise not be going to theaters, and they're kind of revitalizing the theatrical experience altogether, which in turn helps theater chains run smaller movies like The Irishman or something like that, which would then in turn help out the business and, the idea of cinema overall. So it is kind of weird that Iger went to such lengths to defend Marvel, even though he opened up his argument with, "It doesn't bother me at all," or "It doesn't bother me personally." But I guess he had to kind of say something, because Marvel has been getting targeted pretty heavily by a lot of filmmakers recently who have been answering questions about how they feel about their movies overall. I think the line that he went too far though is saying that Black Panther is somehow on the same level as movies that Francis Ford Coppola has made, like The Godfather or something like that. That just seems kind of crazy, because Black Panther is, one of the better Marvel movies, but there's no way you can really compare it to one of the classics by Martin Scorsese or Coppola. But drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you guys agree with Bob Iger? Do you see where he's coming from? Or do you think that he went too far in his defense of what Marvel Studios does? As always, for the latest on all things pop culture, be sure to subscribe to HN Entertainment.